Hey Lovies, welcome to my channel, Craft Away with May. I'm May. Welcome to my old and new subbies. I'm so glad to have you all here with me today. As the thumbnail show, we are going to be doing all things fall pumpkin DIYs using Dollar Tree yarn. So let's jump into this first project. So I'm going to be using these three particular yarns throughout the entire video because I like the colors. Now that orangish color there, it wasn't really the orange I wanted, but it actually kind of worked in my favor. So what we're going to start with are these jumbo size tire tumbling blocks that you can find at Five Below. I don't know if they still have them, but you can find them there. That's where I got them. But if you can't find them, you can take a total of 12 of the small Jenga blocks or tire tumbling blocks that you can find at Dollar Tree, combine them together, and you'll get about the same length and width as this one. Okay, so as you saw there, I just took the yarn, and I like the Chanel yarn because it's all fuzzy and soft and everything, and it just kind of reminded me of the velvet pumpkins. But I really like this, so I just basically just wrap that around, and what I do for one, I'm going to do for all three. Okay, and so then next one I'm going to do here, I took a piece of like this little scrap tree stem, what is it, I don't know, stem. And I added that on as the pumpkin stem. Okay, those would come, you can find those in a bag at Hobby Lobby. Dollar Tree used to sell them. You can order them online. I've done that before. But that's going to be his, is it his peduncle? I always get that wrong. Or stump. I'll just say pumpkin stump. And then I'm taking some of this scrap greenery from a loose pick that I have, and we're just going to add that as his little leaves. And these came out so adorable. I thought they were super simple, you know, especially if you don't want to do any painting and you just want to put something together, and if you're not really into the full-on traditional colors, I thought this was a good alternative, kind of a mix, if you will, because the brown kind of keeps it, you know, more traditional. That orange is kind of in the middle, and then the blue is something new. So anyway, I also had this Dollar Tree fabric, and I am just going to, I think this came from Dollar Tree. I think this did come from Dollar Tree. So I wanted to use that on that little tray from Dollar Tree, but I just felt like it was too busy, and the orange was not a match to the orange in there. It just kind of threw it off. So I was like, you know what? We're just going to omit that part. And we are going to still use it, but we're not going to use it in the way that I was hoping to use it. Okay, so what I decided to do instead is take some of my Spanish moss and just create a little bit in there for them. And I just think this is just the cutest little shelves that are, you know, that you can just display for the fall holiday. And again, if you want to mix up the colors, you can really use whatever colors you want with this and just make it work. You could do all brown or blue or yellow or green, whatever works for you. So what I decided to do, like I said, I still wanted to use some of this fabric, so I just tore off a little bit of a strip there, and I'm just going to make a very simple bow with this and put it right in the front of our little tray here, our little display. I don't know, can we call it a vignette? Probably. I don't know. If you want to add a few more trinkets to it, you definitely could. I am going to add the word gather to it off screen, but you will see it in the final reveal. And so all I'm doing right here is just taking some more of that Chanel yarn and just tying our bow off. And I'm just going to glue this down. And once I get that positioned, I am going to, I think what I do next is I'm going to take a button. Yeah, I'm going to take a button because I took some, I had raffia bows that had came from, I feel like they came from Hobby Lobby, I think. And I'm down to the last ones. So if you guys have some extra and you're willing to share, let your girl have a couple. If not, it's okay. I think I could probably make some of those with some raffia. I think I can. But anyway, that's a challenge for me. I may do that this weekend coming up. See if I can make some. All right. So next, once we get that all done, we're going to go ahead and jump into this next project using some more fabric. But this fabric I got from Hobby Lobby, and I loved it because the colors tied in with the yarn. Again, that orange was not a 100% match here, but it's okay. This particular project, it was okay. We didn't really need the orange to blend in here. So all I did was I took my, I think that's what called a carpenter square ruler, and I just section off, drew a line where I wanted to section off this pumpkin. And this pumpkin was part of a garland. I'm sure Hobby Lobby still sells them. I've seen them almost every year since I've been going to Hobby Lobby. And it comes on a garland with acorns, pumpkins, and maple leaves. So, and this is just one I had in my stash from there. And as you can see, I just went ahead and decoupage that fabric down to the bottom part of our pumpkin using some fabric Mod Podge. You really can use any Mod Podge, but the fabric Mod Podge is a lot thicker, and it does, you know, really help keep that fabric in place. And then next you see I'm going in with my finger sander, and I'm just zipping away that excess fabric. And then we're going to take this blue color yarn, and we're going to tie that off, not tie it off, wrap it around the top of this pumpkin. Now, at first, I was like, are you sure you really want to do this, May? And I was committed. And I was like, I think it's going to work. I think this blue is going to tie into those blue pumpkins. And once I finished it, it was cute. It seemed to me as if it made the pumpkins appear as if they were like it, almost like a 3D or dimensional. Yeah, I guess that's the same thing. 3D effect on them. I don't know. Like, it was really cool, and I liked it. And it was a little different, you know? It was a little different, in my opinion. So then I decided to outline it with some more of that yarn. And once we get that done, we're just going to cut that off there. And then we're going to go in with some of the brown yarn to cover the peduncle. Okay. And just like that part there, I just wrapped it around. No rhyme, no reason, just wrapped it around until I got to the tip of it. And I'm going to do pretty much the same thing, is cut it off. Now, again, I thought this was super cute, especially if you don't feel like doing a lot of painting, because I know during fall and Christmas season is the high seasons for me painting. And this night, I just was like, I need to do something quick, something fast, something cute, and just, you know, what can I do? And I probably should have painted some of them, but I didn't have the time. So I was okay with how this came out. So next I took that Happy Fall sign. That comes in a pack. I forget of how many, but it comes from Hobby Lobby. They have like 3 different colors in there, I believe. So then I took one of these little palettes from Dollar Tree. I painted that in my burnt umber to match the peduncle. And then I'm going to take just a bit more of this moss and just stick it down in between the little grooves of this palette. No glue at all. I'm just going to stick it down in there. Now, this will leave an opportunity for this to be messy. So what I would suggest is either you can put something on the bottom of that once you put that moss on there, or once you put it in place, just kind of leave it there until the season is done. Now, what you see I did right here was I took off that Happy Fall piece because I meant to put a piece of lace, my little scrap piece of lace there in between, because I wanted to break it up. And I'm glad I did, because that's where it just kind of looked like it was almost like the pumpkins were floating off into the water. It's so cool. I really like this. So next I'm going to go in and I'm going to use my last raffia bow. Womp, womp, womp. Okay. And so I'm just going to add that right on there. And then we're going to add this back to that palette. And then I'm going to take one of these acrylic scarecrows that I had in my stash. I believe that came from Hobby Lobby. And that is it for this piece. I really, really love it. And so for our final piece of the day, we're going to take this miniature little canvas that you can find at Dollar Tree. I want to say, I think these come in 2 in a pack. if I'm not mistaken. Maybe not. I'm not sure. I don't know if it's these or the flatter ones that come in two in a pack. But anyway, we're going to remove the stretch canvas piece off of here. We just want that wood frame. Okay, so if you had a rough day, you want to just get it all out, just take one of these and rip it off and you'll feel much better. So I painted that frame once I got it down to its bare bones in some more burnt umber paint, and then we're going to take some more of this blue yarn. I really love that color combo of that dark wood with this bright blue yarn, and this project was like so simple, y'all. Like, I did so much wrapping in this, just wrapping around. But again, this is also hand friendly. If you're like me and have grip issues and things like that, your wrist bothers you, these were good projects for that, because you don't have that stroking going back with painting, so on and so forth. So I hope, it inspired you, even if you don't wish to recreate them, or a version of them, or whatever the case may be. I just hope you get inspired by it. And so all I did with this was I just wrapped it one way, and then I went back up and wrapped it the other way. As you can see, they're kind of making some crosses or X marks. So then I'm going to take this little miniature grapevine wreath. It comes in a pack, several. You get several in a pack from Hobby Lobby, or you can also order these off online on Amazon. So then I'm going to take another one of those little wood pieces to create the peduncle on top, and I'm just using hot glue. You can totally use wood glue with this, 100%, but my hot glue was sufficient. So then I'm going to take some more of this little scrap greenery, also those little they look like little bare tree limbs there. I'm going to use those as well. They're not very visible on this piece, but in person you could see them pretty good, and this really came out so cute. It would make such a cute little door hanger for the holidays, or for the season. So yeah, I think it's really, really cute. Even if you put it like on a drawer, like, I think it would look cute there. And all I'm going to do is just add the leaves to the back of this, and then I'm going to take, I went in with this brown buffalo check pre-tied little miniature bow that I had in my stash. Now, it was kind of visible here, and I was like, okay, it'll work. But it seemed like it got lost once I actually put it on the project. I don't know if that's just something I just saw or made up in my head. But anyway, I'm going to end up changing that. But for right now, you see I'm taking the little pieces that look like little twigs from a tree, and I'm just going to put those at the bottom, because I kind of want the pumpkin to be on top of it, like kind of a layered effect. I don't know if I'm making sense with that, but that was my thought process when I did that. Like I said, it's not super visible, but in person, it looks really cute, like really, really cute. So once I get everything glued down, I'm going to take another piece of that brown Chanel yarn, and we're just going to make a little small hanger on the back. Now, this is where I was thinking that, it could be like a little door hanger or something like that. But if you want to omit that part, you can totally leave this as a little small leaner, and this is small enough to go on a tier tray as well. So there's a thought for that. Again, I know these were a little different, unique. But I really like them. I think they came out cute, and like I said, they're very simple and easy to do. They're easy on your hands and stuff like that, so that's always a bonus. So once I get that glue down, I'm just going in with my staple gun, and I'm just gonna tack that in place just to make sure it's good. But it's very lightweight, and so here is where I decide, I just didn't like the brown bow on it. I don't know. I just wanted more color. And I think the other reason for that was because with the other two projects, I had kind of that whole combination of the three colors, and I felt like this one was missing it. So I think that was kind of why I wasn't digging that bow. But anyway, I had a piece of this floral pick that I just cut off the petals, and I just I made a floral bow, if you will. And I'm going to take this little pearl that was in my stash, and I just set that right in the middle. And then I have this unfinished cutout, laser cutout that says gather. And we're going to add that right in front of where the little twiggies are at the bottom. And again, I think this is cute. I love the color combination, but you know, I want to hear from you guys. So you guys want to let me know how you feel about today's project using Dollar Tree yarn. But here we are in the final reveal, lovies. And if you are still here writing with me, thank you so much. I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. And if you haven't already done so, please consider subscribing, liking, sharing, and commenting. It means the world to me when I get to read your comments and we get to chat with each other. So let me know, lovies, if you had a favorite of today, how you feel about using Dollar Tree yarn or any yarn in particular. I mean, you know, really, it would be up to you. If you have a lot of yarn in your stash that you're not using, would you recreate any of these? I don't know if I had a favorite of today. I think this one might be my favorite. I don't know. The three little pumpkins might be my. I liked all three. I did. I think I liked the colors more than anything. But I want to hear from you guys. If you had a favorite of today, let me know. Leave it in the comments. And would you recreate any of these? Are you ready for fall? I was trying to hold out till August. I'm like, you know what? This is the last day of the month. Let's just go ahead and kick off fall with some simple DIYs and then come full throttle next week. And we're just going to go all full in on fall decor. Okay, don't forget to hype this video, lovies, after you like this video. You can find it in the three dots at the top of your device. And if you want to support my channel in other ways, you can do that by buying me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/craftaway with May. It helps with my little whatnots and craft supplies. But if you can't, I'm just happy to have you here with me during each video. Have a good weekend. Hugs and kisses. XOXO. Bye.